We're gonna figure out how to do this. Hey friends, so we're out here gonna do my Space Mountain virtual 5K for Disney during their virtual summer run series. I signed up for all three, so you do one in June, you do one in July, and you do one in August. And Space Mountain is the one in July, which is perfect because today, 51 years ago, we landed on the moon. So July 20th, 1969, Apollo, I need to learn my facts. Apollo 18? 16? Oh man, I want to say it's Apollo 16. Landed on the moon, Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, all those great people. And so in honor of that, I'm running my Space Mountain virtual 5K. I also haven't run in like 3 weeks, so this is gonna be rough. But it's okay, it'll be fun. I'm wearing my Space Mountain t-shirt, which is, I'm breaking one of the golden rules of running. Don't wear a cotton t-shirt while running. But this was too perfect. I have a Space Mountain shirt for a Space Mountain 5K. So, gonna wear a cotton t-shirt in 90 degrees and run 3 miles. It's gonna be fine. But I have my American flag shoes on, my Constellation socks. I'm pumped. It's gonna be good, or it's gonna be rough. But who cares? I'm out here running. Like I said, I wanted this channel to keep me accountable, and last night I looked at my phone to see when we landed on the moon, and it said July 20th, and that was today, so I was like, all right, I guess I'm running tomorrow. So I did not prepare nutrition-wise to run today, so brought some water with me, because it's gonna get hot, and I did not drink enough water yesterday, just in general, so we'll see how this goes. Woo! This is the first time shooting running footage on my GoPro. Well, I've been running. I've shot other people running with my GoPro, but I usually just use my phone. So I apologize if this footage is absolute garbage. We're taking a little walk break just to figure out this GoPro. So some issues I run into while running, especially if I have not been training or it's like the summer months and I've taken a nice break from training, is one, I get tired a lot quicker. I'm only 1 mile into this. And 2, I usually get really bad side stitches in like the beginning months of training because my body's not used to it. And I fail really at doing cross training, especially now while gyms are kind of open, kind of closed, but you have to wear a mask, which I completely agree with, but if you've tried working out in a mask, it's hard. And so also you have to run on a treadmill. If you want to run inside, you want to run on a treadmill, you have to wear a mask. So that's usually my go-to if it's really hot outside. But right now, nope, I'm just gonna suffer through it because I believe running in a mask inside on a treadmill is just all around no fun. So might as well just brave the heat and come outside. But so to battle the side stitches that I get, I usually bring water. I don't usually bring water on a 5K, but in the summer I do because lordy, it is warm. But it helps. You gotta take some walk breaks in there. You gotta die to yourself and not be so prideful and wanting to get all of your miles in super quick, which I do a lot. I have to just be okay with a slower pace. You know, slower paces are good in the beginning. I can't set myself up for failure or failed expectations when I come out for a run and think that I'm gonna hit every mile at like under 10 minutes. Not gonna happen, especially when you haven't run in 3 weeks. But see, okay, when I hold this steady, it works. When I run, it does not. So we're gonna keep trying and playing around with this. Also, my first mile in my 5K loop around here is always downhill, and the last 2 are always uphill. We got this. Woo! Nice little walk break at mile 2. So, like I said earlier, I have been failing at cross training a little bit, just weight-wise, because of the gyms. So what I have been doing is cardio, because I've been sitting on my butt a lot the last couple of days. It's just because I've been making masks for people. They've been ordering on my Instagram and Facebook. And that requires a lot of sitting because you're sewing. So instead of getting out and doing a run at the middle of the day when it's like 105 degrees in Texas, I decide to go do cycling indoors. It's spaced out, so socially distanced. We wear masks the whole time in the building until we start the class. And then after the class is over, you put your mask back on. So you wipe down your seat, you do all of that. So I feel safe doing it. There's like probably 6 people in a room when usually there's like, I think 20. So it's a lot smaller, but makes me feel good. Makes me feel like I'm working and not just letting my muscles die. But it's been hard. I want to get more into the weight training and strengthening my leg muscles and my arm muscles and my core. My core specifically is a struggle for me, just because I just don't have a lot of muscle in general, and the core strength is really difficult for me to maintain. And so, but it helps a lot with running. It helps keep you stabilized and upright and not slouching when you're running, when you're tired. And the other day, or 3 weeks ago when I was running, I felt it. Like, I felt my core just tighten and get really tired. And I was only doing a 5K, so I was only doing 3 miles. And that's when I knew. I was like, there's no way I can run longer than this without doing some ab work or some arm work, just to keep my core and upper body stabilized and not my legs just carrying the whole team. So I'm gonna try to get back into that in the next coming weeks. My official training for Dopey starts in September though, so I still have some time. This is just trying to get back into the routine of running again and get my legs used to a lot of miles. But it's okay, you gotta give yourself grace sometimes. You can't be perfect, you can't be running 40-mile weeks, like it's just not gonna happen. So it's okay if you just get 9 miles in a week or 3 miles in a week. Just gotta keep moving forward, ultimately. But yeah. Okay, let's get on to this 3rd mile. Whew, 3.1 down. That was rough. That last mile was a little painful, but it's okay. Give yourself grace. A puppy! So as some of us, most of us know, Disney opened up about, like this last week, for the first time in 3-ish months. And my thoughts are, it's hard to differentiate between selfish and not selfish, because I want them to be open. I want things to kind of return to a sense of normalcy a little bit, but I do understand safety concerns and numbers are rising, and it's just a lot, but they also need to stay in business too, so there's just a lot of things. But I went to Universal back at the end of June, and they seem to be getting things kind of into a system. They had hand sanitizer at the start of each ride. Everything was social distance, like the lines were spaced out, people wearing masks. If they weren't wearing them properly, employees, cast members, I don't know what Universal calls them, were reminding people to cover your nose. Like, even on the rides, they wouldn't start the ride until people had their noses covered, which I was grateful for. And so I imagine Disney's doing a lot of the same things, probably even more so. I follow a couple Disney Facebook running pages, and a couple people went this opening week, and they were just reporting back on it, saying controlled crowds, which is nice, I guess, if you don't like crowds. But for me, being somebody that feeds off of other people's energy, I kind of like the feeling of a full park. People enjoying themselves, kids having fun. At Universal, it was very spaced out, very limited people. And so it kind of felt a little down, just because you knew what was going on outside in the world. Like, you can't really escape a worldwide pandemic, but I think Disney's gonna get back up and running in no time, because people love it. People love going to see Cinderella's castle. People love seeing Mickey Mouse, even if you can't like hug him right now. You can still take pictures with him. It's just some kind of comfort zone, comfort level for people. And I think during this hard time, like there's so much pain in the world right now, so much just like injustice and sadness and just a lot of hard feelings. And me being a 7 on the Enneagram test, I don't really like hard feelings. I tend to run away from them. And I know that's not healthy. I know that's not a proper way of coping with issues. But it's just a default that this quarantine, this pandemic has been really helping me kind of grow out of and face those emotions head on. And it's been a growing process for sure. But with Disney, that was kind of like one of my escapes. It's like, okay, I can go to Disney and nothing else exists in the world. Everything is fine. But you can't do that now because you go to Disney and you see people with masks, limited crowds. It's just not the same. But it's just a new reality we have to get used to, which is a part of life. Everything can't stay the same forever. So just a lot of learning going on. But I'm excited to return to Disney in January for a marathon weekend. Again, if that goes on, if that happens. I'm really hoping it does, but I also understand that things have to be safe and healthy for everyone else. Like, it's not just about me. It's not just about my wants or my desires or anything like that. It's about the greater good. So if canceling it is what they have to do, then that's what happens, and you just wait for next year. But in the meantime, just got to keep running, got to keep training for something in the near future, you know? Even if you can't see it, there's always virtual races. Before I signed off for this run, I want to show you all my shoes. I can't like point it down because it just stays at the same spot. Like I'm moving my arm and it's not working. So I gotta take my shoe off. Aren't these so cool? Got them for my birthday, which was 2 days ago. 4th of July shoes, American flag shoes. But it works for today's run. First people to land on the moon. But got them from Brooks. They're my Adrenalines. Super sick. First pair of running shoes that are super fun looking. So I'm excited to run races in these when races start opening back up again. All right, thank y'all for joining. I appreciate you keeping me company on this first run in 3 weeks, and we'll keep it consistent. We'll go on some more runs together. All right, see you later.